What's up, core nerds? Time to get served. It's your boy Phil, and I got another Simpson classic clip for you. Doesn't that look tell it all? I'm just gonna let the clip explain. Let's enjoy.
Call what the speed limit was?
The speed limit there is 70, but it's snowy. You cannot drive 70. So 20, less than 20 was the most manageable. And I have been doing that. I was driving from since Kalamazoo. I came from Kalamazoo.
Okay. And you said that you hit black ice and you had to avoid you went around this these spin outs to avoid hitting them?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any other options, sir?
No. The only other option is I have is either I run over those people and kill them, which is not the best thing. Or the other option is I have to take my truck to a shoulder in the medium or somewhere else, so that I can avoid more casualty, so that I can take the risk myself.
Fair to say you made a split-second decision to avoid them?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time, that was the only thing you could do, correct?
That's the only option I had.
Okay. And how long have you been driving a truck for?
I've been driving since 2020, so this will be my second year.
Okay. Based on your 1+ years experience of driving a truck, do you feel that you were traveling too fast for the conditions?
No, I was not.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, what happened to the other two vehicles that you say spun out in front of you?
They spun out and they left.
They left?
Yeah, they left. They left. They came
So
over
how
to me.
close were you to these vehicles?
I was about, I said about 200 feet.
Say again?
About 200 feet.
You were 200
Like
feet
200
when you
two-
saw
I said,
when you
I-
saw
I-
them spin out?
Yes,
So
about 200.
if
200
I
feet
do my
around there.
calculations, hold on. If I do my calculations correctly, you're telling me from 200 feet, you could not bring your rig to a complete stop in the roadway if necessary?
Yes, there was a black ice everywhere.
Hold it. But you weren't steering on the black ice, were you?
Repeat again.
You weren't steering on the black ice. You said you had to take your vehicle to the shoulder because of these cars spinning out in front of you.
Yes.
You're 200 feet away.
No,
Right.
about 100, I said about 100, 150. I said about 150.
Oh, so now you're 100 feet.
150.
How close were you to the vehicle spinning out?
So the way we were trained is we always
No. Answer my question.
Oh boy, he's getting grilled. Simpson math is unbelievably accurate. This guy is in trouble. He's got him.
Because you're
Yes.
giving me three different answers. Are you 200 feet, 100 feet? How close are you to those vehicles spinning out?
I said about 150.
100 feet.
Your Honor,
150.
he's
Yes.
saying 150.
About
Oh, he's
150.
saying 150 feet? Okay, so you
Yeah,
couldn't bring
about.
your rig to a, sir, you couldn't bring your rig to a stop in 150 feet going 20 miles an hour.
Yes, but there's a black ice. That's the issue, and I hold the brake.
All right, I have no further questions. Any further questions based upon the testimony of the defendant from the court's questioning?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any other witnesses for the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Closing arguments.
Your Honor, I would just rely on the testimony.
All right. Sir,
Uh,
closing
Can
argument.
I
Hold
add?
on,
Can
sir.
I add?
Sir, please. Your Honor, what you have is you heard the testimony from two individuals today, one that was present, one that wasn't. The officer testified that he responded to a unknown vehicle crash. He said that he saw the semi truck crashed into the barrier. He specifically indicated that, the weather was bad that night. There was multiple spinouts. He said that he did not specifically see Mr. Muhammad driving. He didn't know how fast he was going, but he also issued him a ticket for a violation of basic speed law, driving too fast. I mean, he didn't personally witness Mr. Muhammad driving whatsoever. Now, you did hear Mr. Muhammad testify that he was driving. The conditions were poor that night because of the ice and snow. With that being said, there was a spin out in front of him. He said that based on his year plus of driving a semi truck, he was always told to go around to avoid. In his own testimony, that was that if he would have continued and tried stopping without going around on the shoulder, then he would have ultimately, in his opinion, killed those people. He was going less than 20 miles per hour in the snowy conditions. He was the one that told you how fast he was driving. I don't think, based on the fact that 20 miles an hour is way under the speed limit, that it would be driving too fast for the conditions. What he did was, at the time, because he hit black ice, is he had to make a split-second decision, and that decision was to avoid hitting the cars that spun out in front of him and potentially killing someone. So he went around, and when he went around on the median, he ultimately hit the barrier. With that being said, Your Honor, I do not think that he should be found responsible for violating the basic speed law based on his own admission that he was driving 20 miles per hour or less, and especially when you have an officer that didn't even witness him driving whatsoever. With that being said, Your Honor, I'd ask you to find him not responsible.
Trooper arrives at a single crash, single act vehicle crash. The defendant or the respondent's testimony is inconsistent. He's first saying that there's black ice. He is also, upon direct questioning, indicating that he was able to maneuver his vehicle to the side, and that's what caused the damage. Quite frankly, it's going to be one or the other. I don't believe he was doing 20. And if he was doing 20, he should have been able to bring his rig to a full stop within that distance prior to those other vehicles spinning out. Plus, all those other vehicles spinning out, of course, oddly, they're not even around at the time that the trooper does arrive at the accident. The respondent's testimony, quite frankly, makes no sense. The basic premise of the violation of basic speed law is that the driver is responsible for the conditions that are there. They cannot operate their vehicle any faster than those conditions would allow. Clearly, under these circumstances, with him having to do what he did, it'd be one thing if he slid off the road on black ice, but he maneuvered his vehicle off of the road, trying to go around them. If he had to do it in that fashion, he was driving too fast for the conditions. And so therefore, for those reasons, the court would find that the defendant is responsible. Fines and costs of $130 are to be paid. I don't know if he posted a bond or not. When can he pay it?
Your Honor, can I add one thing?
Sir, when can he pay the $130? Sir? When can he pay the $130? Within a week? Mr. Muhammad,
Yes,
can you pay it within a week?
I don't have money right now.
Okay. The court wants to know when you can pay it.
I will try to borrow from my friends.
When can he pay it?
Sir, can you give the court a definitive date when you can pay the $130?
Can I have a month?
$130. When can you pay it?
Can
He
I have
said 30
1 month?
days, Your Honor.
Can I have 30 days?
Pay it by April. Well, pay it by May 1st.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Justin Carey.
Well, there it is. I don't think that was a case of Simpson being a wonderful judge like we always see. I just think this had to do with this guy being an absolute moron. Just wait until you see the next clip. I have two savage ladies coming up, one out of Reno and the other one out of Albany, Georgia. Let's enjoy, guys.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it.
I thought you said Miss Curry, but I wasn't sure. Good morning.
Ms. Curry, good morning to you.
Hi.
Ms. Curry, were you in the courtroom there when the video containing your constitutional rights was played this morning?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I
Did
can't
you not
see.
watch the video this morning?
I didn't, sir. I've got really bad eyes. I was trying to close my eyes when anything was on.
All
just to
right.
make sure I could see you.
All right, I understand. Did you listen to the rights contained in the video?
I'm sorry?
Did you listen to the rights that were contained in that video?
No, and I didn't really care.
Okay. Well, thanks for being honest, I suppose.
I honestly didn't care.
Ms. Bernie, let me ask you this first of all, and that will direct my colloquy with Ms. Curry. Do you know what we're doing in Ms. Curry's case this morning? Do you know the anticipated resolution of this case?
Your Honor, I understand that. I believe that Ms. Curry intends to plead no contest to the
No,
trespass.
I'm going to plead guilty to trespassing. I'm sorry. If I said no contest, I didn't mean that.
That's
All
no
right.
problem.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Curry. Before I can accept your guilty plea, thank you. Where is he? Before I can accept your guilty plea, however, I need you to understand the constitutional trial rights that you have, but that you're going to waive by entering your guilty plea, okay?
Okay.
Those were the rights that were in that video, but I'm going to go over with them with you right now. First, I want you to understand that you're not required to enter a plea to anything this morning. Instead, we can have this matter set for a speedy and public trial. Do you understand that?
I don't want a trial, Your Honor.
I understand
honestly
you don't want one, but I need you to understand that you're entitled to one if you did
Yes.
want one.
I do.
At that trial, you'd be entitled to be represented by an attorney. And if you could not afford one, I would appoint counsel to represent you at no cost. Do you understand that as well?
Yes.
At that trial, it would be the city's burden, obligation to prove each element of the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the highest burden in the law. And if they could not meet their burden, you would be acquitted. That is found not guilty. Do you understand that as well, Ms. Curry?
Yes, I do.
Also at that trial, you'd be entitled to confront and cross-examine the city's witnesses, question the witnesses under your Sixth Amendment right. You'd be entitled to call your own witnesses and use this court's subpoena power in order to compel their appearance. And finally, you would enjoy the right to remain silent. You wouldn't have to say a thing at that trial. And if you chose to remain silent, I would not be able to hold that against you. Do you understand those additional constitutional trial rights?
I do, Judge.
Do you understand that by entering your plea of guilty to this charge of trespassing, you'll be waiving or giving up those constitutional trial rights as they relate to this case? There will be no trial and we'll proceed directly to sentencing this morning.
Yes, I would like to get out today if at all possible, Your Honor, or tomorrow.
We're going to check that out, Ms. Curry, but right now I just want to make sure you understand exactly what you're doing. Ms. Curry, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespassing alleged to have occurred on April 19th of this year?
I must have been guilty because I was at the El Dorado at that time.
Ms. Curry, I just need to know you can either plead no contest or guilty, or you can set it for trial by entering a not guilty plea.
No, I'll just
How
say,
would you like to plead?
I'll just say guilty. I was there, sir.
All right. I'm going to accept your plea of guilty. City.
Looks to me like she has been in since the 19th.
Right.
She's been in for a few days. Saying there could be a mental health issue at play here. I think time served would be appropriate at this point.
Oh,
Thank you,
God,
Ms.
thank you.
Bernie.
That sounds so good. Oh,
Ms.
Hey.
Bernie.
Your Honor, I would join in that recommendation.
All right. Thank you.
thank you.
Ms. Curry, anything
Yes.
you'd like to say before I sentence you? You're not required to say anything, but you are
No.
welcome to.
I can pay my $250 bail out of my Wells Fargo ATM account, but I really want to be let go on my own recognizance as soon as possible.
All right. So Ms. Curry, we're well beyond that. We already addressed that on Saturday. And right now you've entered a plea of guilty and I'm going to sentence you What I'm going to sentence you to is exactly what the city and your attorney want me to sentence you to, which is credit for time served. So the case is closed. You will be released today, so long as nothing else is holding you, no other charges are pending, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you, Ms. Curry.
I can't quite believe it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Stay away from the row properties, okay?
I will. I'm not going downtown ever again.
All right, let me just get myself arranged here with regard to these cases.
Yeah. Judge, Ms. Wolf from Baker County.
Good morning, Ms. Woods. How you
Thank
doing?
you. All right. Ms. Woods, you are 60 years of age?
Yes,
Answer,
Just
Judge.
gonna ask you the questions.
no, sir, I'm
How
Vicky,
much education do you have? How far did you go in school?
all the way through high school.
You have a right to a
I didn't
trial.
graduate.
presumption of- witnesses,
I didn't graduate, I took my PED.
And the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. Do you understand your right?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with disorderly conduct for beating on the door at 110 North Washington Street. And claim you disturbing employees and customers at the location.
Sir,
What kind of place?
Beating on the door.
So you beat.
I didn't beat on any door, sir.
What kind of place? Bro?
He apprehended me west side
Where do you live, Miss Wood?
with my son. I was waiting on my son to pick me up. I'm waiting on my son to pick me up.
Mr. Lepper, how does she plead to the charge?
How do you want to plead? Not guilty, guilty, or
Not guilty,
no?
not guilty, sir.
Solo contenders are a good option too.
No,
She gonna plead not guilty.
I don't know what the charges, I don't know what the charges were supposedly. I never heard anybody.
Disorderly conduct.
Do what?
Disorderly conduct is a charge.
No, sir. I have any
Mr.
disorder.
Lepper,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Lepper was alleged that you had Fit Nation at
What
110
any
North
disorderly
Washington.
conduct, sir? I was walking along and I was apprehended.
Judge, speak. Sorry, Your Honor, we didn't hear you.
Well, ask her to be quiet while I'm talking. Miss Wood, will you be quiet for a second? Don't
Yes,
say
sir.
anything.
Yes,
The
sir.
allegation is that Ms. Wood was beating on the door and yelling at Fit Nation, 110 North Jackson, and she was disturbing the employees and the customers who were apparently trying to work out.
No,
Those
sir.
are the
That's
allegations.
true. I wasn't even there.
Be quiet, Ms. Wood.
Yes, sir.
Those are they're to being charged with disorderly conduct.
Oh, I apologize. No, sir.
You interfere him again, you gonna stay. You hear
Okay,
me?
I'll be quiet.
Now, Mr. Lester was talking to you about how do you want to play. You heard the allegation that you was beating on the doors at the business. You want to enter a not guilty plea and stay in jail till your trial? You want to enter a no contest plea and go home?
No contest, sir.
Excuse me?
No contest.
Go ahead and speak into the microphone.
No contest, sir.
Austin Kinfolk, handle them, Hawkins. No continue plea to disorderly conduct. She to stay away from Fit Nation.
Yes, sir.
Sign here. Sign your name, right?
She'll be sentenced to 3 days in jail with credit for time served.
Sir? Excuse me.
You'll be sentenced to credit for time served.
Sign your name.
Yes, yes, sir.
Sir. Sure will, man.
We're in recess until we meet downtown.
6.5 hours later.
Right, sir.
A few.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the abstention. Okay.
Yeah, we got Hawkins to Baker County again.
Do you have copies of these?
I just have it.
All right.
Have a seat, Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Good morning. Speak clearly where the judge can hear you.
Repeat that again, Emily, I didn't get it.
The order for Ms. McClendon is on G 4652.
You and Miss Woods?
Yes, sir.
You're 60 years of age?
Uh,
How much education do you have,
I'm going on 60, sir.
ma'am?
I'm 59 going on 60. Eleven 29/62. November 29th, 1962.
All right, how much education do you have?
Pardon?
How far did you go in school?
I went to two high schools, St. Clement High in California, Doherty High here in Albany. I've been here in Albany since I was 16 years old, sir. I went all the way through school, took my GED when I turned 27, sir.
Where do you work, ma'am?
I don't have a job. But I stay
Are you mentally disabled or under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or medication?
at home, in a house. Sir,
Mr. Let's go over her rights with her and then let me know if you believe she understands the right.
Sir, we went up, Ms. Woods, we went over your rights last night. She did a plea and waiver of rights and abstention. And then we also have the advice and waiver of rights that she signed last night. And I read you your rights. Remember, you had the right to trial by jury, to be presumed innocent of all charges, to confront witnesses against you, and examine them in court, to subpoena witnesses and have them come and appear in court on your behalf. The right not to incriminate yourself, and the right to be represented by an attorney. And if one cannot, one may be appointed to represent you, and I have been appointed to represent you. There's no charge to you. You understand? I told you that last night, right? You remember?
yes, sir.
Okay. She entered a nolo contender to the charges, Your Honor.
All right. Are you satisfied, Mr. Lefford, that you understand the right?
Yes, sir. I'm satisfied. She well understands her rights.
All right, the court accepts the nolo contingent plea to Lowdering. Court sentencing her to 4 days in jail with credit for time served. And she is to stay away from Waffle House at 121 West Overthorpe. West. Oh, is that right? Stay away from that Waffle House. You understand me, Wood?
Yes, sir.
You understand to stay away from Waffle House?
Yes, sir.
All right. If that concludes our business, we're in recess until we meet downtown.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, is that? Well.
Fair to appeal.
Next up is gonna be Octavius Wallace, Judge.
Mr. Wallace, you are 44 years of age.
Yes,
How much education do you have?
9th grade.
You have a GED?
No, I went back to school in New York, but pretty much I went to school all up and down the East Coast.
Do you have a job?
No, I'm just getting into town.
Are you mentally disabled or under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or medication?
Not at all.
You have the right to a trial, the presumption of innocence, the right to confront and subpoena witnesses, and the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Understanding those rights, do you wish to waive your right to a trial and enter a plea to the charge of disorderly conduct?
Yeah, I pleaded no contest, Judge.
Do you have a record without point?
Down here, that too. Yeah, we might. Yeah, that'd be.
All right, the court accept the normal contingent plea to disorderly conduct. I sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for time served. You ought to stay away from Dollar General at 300 East Oglethorpe. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you live close to that store?
I actually do, but not that particular store. I'm glad you allowed me to speak, Judge. If I may say something, I purchased my items from a Dollar General on the other side of town, and I was out that day trying to do my taxes, and I was also trying to wash clothes. So it's unfortunate I end up in jail, because the clerk or something like that. Would you call them? The customer service. They did not. They didn't accommodate my receipt. So I bought 2 items. I bought some fragrance free washing powder, and I bought some sanitizer to go with it. It's like a Lysol sanitizer that you can wash with your clothes, right? But the sanitizer, it had fragrance in it. It was called Crisp Linen, right? That's the name of the fragrance. And so basically, I just wanted to take it back. So they didn't have any, they didn't have a product that didn't have fragrance in it. So the only reason why I took it back was because the lady was being so disrespectful. I went to the store and she was basically trying to be my mama. You understand what I mean?
agree with you that customer service is at an all-time low, but we still can't get mad and cuss them out and show out in the store.
Yeah, I apologize
because customer service is not good, but we have to handle our side of it too. They probably had poor customer service, but the allegation against you that you got upset apparently and cussed it clerk out that we're doing poor customer service, so we can't have that. Don't go back to that store. Go to another store.
About my money, Judge, about the washing powder. Okay. I don't have a receipt now. It's almost like they robbed me. I don't mean to put it that way either, but I'm just saying though.
I heard what you had to say.
Yeah.
2 days in jail credit for time served. You can go.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Well, there you have it. Albany and Reno never disappoint, and of course, Judge Simpson highlights are never a bore. Guys, this is your boy Phil. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, set your notifications to all so you never miss some of these great clips that I have out. See you later, guys. You've been served.